Welcome back, YouTubers, to another entertaining Smackdown review of us, that British Fist.
Good drink.
Yeah, this show wasn't really very good, was it? But we're going to try and stay positive for you guys and try and create some sort of entertaining medium, you know, a bit like the WWE should be. I'm Mr. Parkin, Mr. Entertainment, and this guy sitting next to me is Lord Entertainment NJ.
What's up?
The first, the one and only. Subscribe up above, guys. Like this video and post any thoughts you have, mainly entertaining ones, down in that comment section below.
Make sure you contact us in the links in the description box below.
In a very entertaining way.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. We start... Alright, so first thing we want to say, WrestleMania 26 video will be up Saturday, and then there'll be a special retrospect WrestleMania 27 video on the Wednesday too, so make sure you look out for those two videos. We're, what, 2 weeks away from WrestleMania now? This wasn't really the show that I really expected 2 weeks before Mania. It really wasn't a very entertaining show, which is why I'm feeling the need to try and create some entertainment in this review.
Well, to correct, there's actually 9 days, but yeah, 9 days.
You just had to be technical, didn't you? You just had to one-up me on something, didn't you, brother?
It's what was announced by the commentators throughout the show. So
well, that must have been when I was out. That must have been when I was in the toilet.
Maybe so.
Yeah. Anyway, I was in there for a long time. Just saying. We open up the show with Daniel Bryan and AJ. Yes, yes, yes. And we found out a lot about AJ and Daniel's relationship, didn't we? Well, sorry, Danny's relationship. By the way, AJ. I don't mind being called Dan. You can call me Dan as much as you like. I don't give a shit what you call me. But we found out that they like to spoon. And I, for one, I like to spoon as well. And me and AJ, I think, would be very good spooners. I'm just saying.
Spoon's good, but yeah, the thing about this, I'm going to say straight away, is the first thing I noticed is that AJ is a lot better on the mic than Daniel Bryan. With this, I was like, AJ, go for it, speak away. So anyway, I'm glad that Daniel Bryan gave the mic over to AJ. But at the same time, it was AJ bringing out everything that Bryan needed to leading up to WrestleMania.
Do you know what made this segment so awesome for me, NJ? It was the fact that I was watching this TV show. AJ was talking about Daniel Bryan. I was sitting back thinking, oh, AJ's talking about me. She's talking about Daniel. That's all that matters. She's talking about me. I was imagining AJ was talking about me and saying I was a great lover. That's why this opening segment to me was awesome. Do you like my reasoning there? It wasn't a good way to open the show, but at least we get Sheamus coming out and let's hear it from me, yay! And you know, says that Daniel Bryan is a sniveling coward and he's going to kick his teeth down his throat. And I believe I can fly.
Well, with Sheamus, I was really glad he came out. Yes, it was AJ on the mic, giving all the words, but when Sheamus came out, he was talking about Mania. He was talking about their match. That Daniel Bryan should be doing the match at WrestleMania.
And he puked a little bit in his mouth, didn't he?
He did.
It looked like he puked on his hair a little bit as well, but there we go. And also, in this segment, it became very clear that Michael Cole is now on the Daniel Bryan bandwagon. You're the only one, brother, I'm just saying. So not the best way to open the show, even though I was entertained, because I imagined my own version of the opening segment, which would have suited me so well. I'm guessing you didn't.
I just thought it was a bad open. Yes, it was the right person to open because he is the SmackDown's main event going into WrestleMania, but it just weren't entertaining at all. Mark
Henry versus R-Truth. Wow, this was a bit of a squashy match, wasn't it? We had R-Truth getting a little bit of offense in on Mark Henry, and we find out in this segment a very interesting fact. Forget the match. The match sucked. Forget the match. Team Johnny has 4 former world champions, and will there be a 5th on the Go-Home show in Del Rio?
Most probably, because they made an appearance, disappeared.
Has to be.
So I'm thinking he would be the missing one, making Laurinaitis' team even stronger than what it already is.
And what a great final pick that would be for Mr. Johnny H, Mr. Entertainment himself. And Mark Henry wins the match, and we're keeping tally of the score here, guys. It's 1-0 Team Ace. Get in!
Team Ace, well, all I can say is in segments, it's Teddy Long getting the upper hand over Laurinaitis. Push onto his fat ass.
Onto his fat ass. He's like the same size as me.
Yeah, but he's got blab, he's got everything. He's got,
yeah, but so I've got flab.
Come on now. But anyway, and then we've got... Oh,
and I've also got a beard as well, by the way. In case I'm trying to grow a beard, not to be like Daniel Bryan, to be like Justin Gabriel. We get great news, guys. Great news. Yokozuna is in the WWE Hall of Fame. Finally, they put him in the Hall of Fame. A guy as great as Yokozuna in the Hall of Fame. we salute you.
And the thing is, we've got other big names already in his Hall of Fame, but having him in it, a guy that people recognise, like, and love, having him in it now, very good, very good inductee for the Hall of Fame.
Yep, and we also get news after this that Zack Ryder is on Team Long, and then we get introduced to Great Khali dressed as Zack Ryder. Woo, 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 yeah, no, at least he's learned a bit of English.
And I could say that, yes, it's gave 2 members in one night, but they're not really the best pick, no. Teddy Long. But you seem to be happy that you've got them on your team, but no one else really.
Teddy Long's team, it sucks. You look at Johnny Ace's team, and you think to yourself, how the hell is Teddy Long going to win this match? They've got Great Khali to counter Mark Henry and Zack Ryder. He should have a broken back. He shouldn't even be in this match. But anyway, we'll move on. AJ with Daniel Bryan versus Brie Bella. We saw this match last week, and I must admit, as I have a good big crush on AJ, I must admit it was nice for me to see her in the ring, and the news that she may be getting a Divas title shot in the future kind of warms my heart a little bit. And I can't help but feel that I was very responsible for that, as I have been talking very well about her in these reviews, and I think Vince McMahon has locked onto it, and the thought to yourself, this guy has wisdom. AJ could be a good diva.
Going towards the women's title, at the minute it's Beth being versus AJ. It's not looking good. Not looking good.
If any of you guys want to get on the AJ bandwagon, and I know a lot of you guys out there do want to get on the AJ bandwagon, she's mine. You can be number 2, number 3. I'm number 1. I don't care. Match wasn't that good, but we have the post-match thing. AJ won, by the way, with the help of Daniel Bryan, whatever. And we have the post-match Bella promo. Basically, I'm on Team Laurinaitis, and my sister over here, she's on Team Long, and we're disagreeing on this.
2 things about this. Number 1, T-E-D-D-Y, Teddy.
A-L-A-U-R-A. How the fuck do you spell John Laurinaitis?
Didn't work out. And the other thing is, maybe they're tensing maybe a possible breakup, because they've been together the longest tag team, the longest Divas together. Who knows? But the ending, they're not even at WrestleMania, so that's pretty stupid.
Well, put it this way, NJ. If we go to America and the Bellas are there, do you think it'd be easier for us to hook up with them as twins, or do you reckon it'd be easier for us to hook up to them one-on-one?
One-on-one.
You think it'd be better one-on-one? Nah, I like the twins idea, but there we go, that's just me. We also get Zack Ryder versus Jack Swagger in a match which, remember this match was for the US title a while back, MJ, and Jack Swagger won in 2 minutes? It's kind of similar here, wasn't it? You had Jack Swagger with his... It's funny how Jack Swagger and John Laurinaitis have the same haircuts now. You can tell they're on the same team, can't you? Same haircuts, same terrible mic skills.
Jack Swagger gets so big at WrestleMania, and he's no longer the US champ, but that's not the important thing. He picks up the win in this match, and that's really the highlight of this thing.
If you're going to have these segments, WWE, at least have Teddy Long and John Laurinaitis out with them. Might help the segments a little bit more rather than just being random matches. It wasn't a bad match necessarily, just Swagger picks up the... was it Swagger? No, Zack Ryder picked up the win here, didn't he, with the Rough Rider, because of the stupid Hornswoggle stuff that happened, and it's 1-1. Your team picked up a victory, NJ. Come on! Or not?
No, and then we get to a quick interview with Cody Rhodes.
Yes, basically talking about how this year's WrestleMania is going to be Big Show's biggest embarrassment. A lot of B's in there, isn't there, NJ? And he said he was going to catch a plane, but he must have been catching a plane to the ring, because we saw him later on in our main event. Big Show versus Kane, 2nd match in a week.
And it's a bit surprising. Former tag team partners are now opponents, and one's a base, and the other one's a really strong monster heel. They're pretty.
You say a really strong monster heel, but do you really mean that, NJ? Kane, show the people you mean it.
We all say is that Kane, the monster heel, is bringing a fire to WrestleMania. Yes, it's going against Randy Orton, but he's still going to bring the fire.
It's just a shame Randy Orton is a bigger monster babyface than Kane is a bigger heel right now. Sorry to shoot you down there, NJ.
Cut a boring promo on Randy Orton. Oh yeah, that's just beautiful.
That was well entertaining. I think John Laurinaitis would have been proud of that one. Figure it out. Basically, you get Rhodes interfering, running away from Big Show like a little wuss. Very smart heels stuff this. If it was anyone else other than Cody Rhodes, I'd be saying they're a chicken shit heel, but because I'm a Cody Rhodes mark, I'm saying this. Smart heel stuff by Cody Rhodes, segment of the night in my opinion. And then we we have Orton coming in and RKOing Kane. It's like, okay. It's amazing how... Remember a while back I said John Cena put Kane over? I don't know if John Cena beat Kane in the ambulance match, but at least John Cena allowed Kane to look like a monster in the segments, whereas Orton isn't.
Sadly not, and the thing is, it's something like the big pay-per-view, the faces get their big wins, and the build-up to it is meant to be the heel side, and this is just showing no... Yeah, Kane's doing better in promos, but when it comes to little segments like this, there's just nothing good for Kane going.
At least he now has a mask, that's all I'll say. Then we go quickly on to a nice little squash match. Brodus Clay versus Heath Slater, and I think the biggest question here is Brodus Clay going to be at WrestleMania? Is Heath Slater the WWE's biggest joke since the gobbledygooker?
Brodus Clay at WrestleMania, there's a face team missing, would be a big name for it. Heath Slater, just get lost. Please.
While we're here, who do you think will be the last face one? I think it'll be Rey Mysterio.
I would say Rey Mysterio would be the best likely because his injury must be okay by now, so most likely Rey, if not, Brodus Clay's still free, so it's one of those two.
Yeah, it was Heath Slater actually managed to get Brodus Clay down in this match, and I was kind of like, oh god, it's Garrett Bischoff booking all over again. But basically, Brodus Clay wins a quick squash match. It was entertaining. It wasn't very long. Moved us straight on to our sort of the next match, which was Great Khali versus Dolph Ziggler with none other than Christian on commentary, providing his Johnny Ace loving insight into this match, really putting over Dolph Ziggler as a future mid-carder.
Yeah, there's just two things about this match. The match itself, obviously you have the dominant Khali versus Ziggler, and then the quick finish of Lamnight.
This was a highlight of the night. You had Dolph Ziggler put on a sleeper hold on Great Khali. You had the both GMs out there, which made this segment that much better. And Johnny Ace rings the bell to give Dolph Ziggler the win. It's like Screwjob all over again.
But the main thing you've got to realise is that it's the SmackDown show, so Teddy Long not going to settle for that. And he says, Ziggler, get back to the ring within 10 seconds or Khali wins. And what does Ziggler do? He stays out and gets counted out, so Khali is the winner.
I don't give a shit. After WrestleMania, it's going to be the John Laurinaitis show. If we're going to get more of this, I'm more for John Laurinaitis to be the GM. And then after the match, we get Santino and Kofi throwing Dolph Ziggler into the ring to get chopped by Khali. Oh, the best bit of that segment was Johnny Ace ringing the bell. It's just so funny.
And now we come to the time of the show, which doesn't really have enough time left. So for the main event, the highlight of the show, which is going to be the finish. Just not.
You'd have thought he would have got a bit more time, especially when you had so much filler in this show. WrestleMania video packages for like Triple H and whoever. But I mean, the match itself, CM Punk and Sheamus versus Miz and Daniel Bryan. I know we skipped the filler, but it didn't seem like it was really hyped that much. It was like mentioned at the start, but you'd think they would hype it like in the opening segment or something.
Yeah, there weren't really a lot going for this match. Yes, you had both sides looking strong. Daniel Bryan trying to stay out as much as he can, but there really weren't a big build to this match. It was just as the match got near the end, you do feel WrestleMania build.
If Miz wasn't being booked like a joke, I would say this was a big time match. But the fact that Miz is being booked like a joke, you know who's going to job. It's going to be Miz. But another one of Teddy Long's tag team main events player. Oh yeah, we're all digging this. With John Laurinaitis in charge, you'll be getting entertaining handicap matches, cage matches. I don't know, but Johnny Ace clearly is going to be the GM, and Teddy Long's just losing it with these tag matches right now.
And the main part of this match was the involvement between Sheamus and Daniel Bryan at the end. We get the bro kick to Miz for the 1, 2, 3, and then obviously Daniel Bryan went up the ramp to finish the show. Yeah, and
it was interesting to see Miz and Daniel Bryan finally teaming. Like, do you know, remember that a while back when Miz cut that promo saying that, they were going to be this team and everything? And yeah, that was quite funny, I thought. And Daniel Bryan pretty much plays chicken shit. Not like Cody Rhodes. He wasn't chicken shit, he was smart. And Sheamus basically shows a lot of fire. I did like in this match how Sheamus, as soon as he got hold of Daniel Bryan, he did show some fire, and that did help the feud a little bit. It's just a shame that the match itself was okay. It was pretty good in my opinion. It's just that it only got 7 minutes, and they're still not doing the best job in my opinion of hyping up the Daniel Bryan-Sheamus feud. It's almost like they're thinking to themselves, right, let's just get the belt on Sheamus and just leave it. Do you know what I mean? the way they're doing it.
They needed big names in the main event. That's why they brought Punk in it, even though Punk's not really got anything to do with this. But overall, I just didn't think it was the best way to finish SmackDown. I'm glad they finished off with the Sheamus and Daniel Bryan thing, but just not really much to this.
Because as the main attraction of that show, it should be the main event, and it was good to end with that. It's kind of similar to Kane and Orton in the sense that they're just not doing it right. It just feels like filler, doesn't it? In that sense, do you know what I mean? As I would love to talk about my beard here, but I think we should talk about the overall thoughts of the show. What are your overall thoughts?
Nothing. There's just not really much for me to bring out in this show apart from the WrestleMania build. There was some there, more in the GM aspect than anywhere else. And overall, I just didn't really find the show entertaining.
I think SmackDown at the moment it's not a very entertaining show. This close to Mania, you do expect SmackDown to at least be bringing out some of the stops, maybe bring a Triple H in or a Rock or a John Cena onto the show. It may just help the show feel a bit bigger. In my opinion, the show wasn't very entertaining. You can see by the fact that I was trying to bring out entertainment in the review, the fact that how bored I was by this show. Main event was okay. They did the whole Johnny Ace and Teddy Long thing throughout the night. Could have done that a little bit better, in my opinion, and focused a lot more on other. The Kane Orton and the Big Show over Cody Rhodes feud was all done in the main event. It's kind of like, well, what else do you have? It's pretty much filler. Well, they did all the filler matches were to do with Johnny Ace and Teddy Long, but it's just they weren't there at ringside. They didn't really mean that much. But I mean, there was some WrestleMania build there. It's just a shame that all the good stuff is on Raw at the moment, really, and not much is on SmackDown, which is why it just feels like a filler B show at the moment. Would you agree?
That's it, yeah.
So not a very good show this week. Not even going to grade it, guys. But you can grade us as to how entertaining we have been down in that comment section below. It would be an interesting little concept. Why not have the people grade our review or grade our entertainment value?
Yeah, and all I'd say, people, is please share your thoughts on SmackDown, the good, the bad, and the ugly, in the comment section below. And all I can say now, people, from Mr. Parkin and me, NJ, this has been a show that we really were interested in. But bringing the Go Home show next week. Until next time, people, goodbye.